It's all about a term called ossification. And so when you were first an embryo, you didn't have bones. You were mostly hyaline cartilage, and then the bones started forming, and then they continued to form, and then you continued to grow. Even after you were born, your bones still continued to grow. So there are two. So this is a term I would like you to know. What is ossification? So ossification is the formation of bones there. This is something from your notes. Again, you can pause and write or get it from the PowerPoint, whichever you prefer. So there are two methods, and we're going to concentrate. There's just a little bit of what I want you to know about this first method, and then we're going to concentrate on the second method. So the first method is called intramembranous ossification. Ossification means making bones. Intra means in between. Membranous means membrane. So what this type is, it was formed, you had sheets of membrane, and mesenchyme cells started making bone in this area. We're not going to go detailed into this type because it can be kind of confusing. What I'd like you to know that this is where how your flat bones and most of your cranial bones, and then we're going to also see your clavicle was done by this type. So this is that Fig Newton looking type bone that was formed. So this usually begins about 8 weeks into conception. So you start to get these bones. So you start to see those flat bones around the face and the skull, etc. They haven't come together. So this is intramembranous ossification. They're basically mesenchyme tissues in between some sheets of other connective tissue that start making bone. And again, it does get a little bit more complicated than that. It starts out as spongy, mostly spongy, and then it switches over to some compactness the more it pushes down in it. Okay, the type that we're going to concentrate on is endochondral ossification. So endo means into, chondra means cartilage. So this one is starting off as cartilage in the inside, and then it's becoming bone. So this one is how bone is replacing hyaline cartilage. Majority of your bones in your body were developed by endochondral ossification. So pretty much from your head, no, not from your head, but the base of your skull down, with the exception of your clavicle. Your clavicle is your collarbone. So those are all endochondral ossification. So the majority of your bones were endochondral. Okay, started before you were born, and then these do continue through young adulthood depending on when you stop growing. So I would like you to know that. So most of the bones, all of your lung bones are endochondral ossification. So we're going to concentrate on this type is what we're going to do. So this one's showing intramembranous ossification, so how the flat bones were made. I'm not going to ask you any questions over this, but I do have this slide in case you were curious. It does start out as spongy bone, and then it lays down. You get compact in the middle. It's that Fig Newton looking